But then it was time for our main event, Brian, that we've been waiting for all night long. AJ Styles versus Randy Orton, the King of the Ring qualifier. And Orton has promised an RKO out of nowhere. AJ has promised he wants to get even, get back at the King of the Ring and win that to get back at Cody, because that was bullshit what happened. And, say what, this was something else is going to go on with AJ Styles, apparently, because you would think he was too big of a name to get knocked out in the first qualifying round on a free TV match. But
coming off losing at the pay-per-view.
Something's going to go on with him, and they got him out of this to do that, maybe. But they rang the bell to start the match. They did one spot, and they went to break in 30 seconds. And so they came back. And it was AJ Styles versus Randy Orton. The crowd was hot. Both guys are over. Their work is fine. They had a good match. AJ looks like Lex Luger these days. He's fucking immense physically. And AJ got heat on Orton's leg, and Orton did a great job selling it. But this was a high quality TV Randy Orton versus AJ Styles match, but it didn't do anything to change the course of the wrestling business's history. And finally, AJ hit the forearm, made a cover. Orton got the ropes. AJ goes for the Styles Clash, and Orton hits the RKO out of nowhere. 1, 2, 3. Simple finishes. They don't obviously require cooperation from both guys for extended periods of time like you'll see on the other channel. They don't go too far and lose the fucking plot. It is what it is. And that's what, and nobody, the heel got beat and didn't jump up and kick the shit out of the babyface for once, and they went off the air. So that was pretty much that.
Yeah, fine match, other than the commercial breaks, which kill everything on this show, and you have to wonder what they're going to do with AJ. 2 big losses in a row. He's wearing all black now. I mean, he's already a heel. I don't know why. I guess I'm just used to him always having colors. He's wearing all black, and
he's going deeper and darker within his own persona.
And he's as jacked up as he's ever been.
Yes. I don't know how he can do the flying shit still at that thickness, but he's amazing athletically.
Yeah. And that was Smackdown.
And that certainly was. And again, they're selling out. Everything's setting records. Everybody's a star. And they're just doing the shit that makes sense and just enough to get by. And I guess you can't fucking argue with it right now, since we know it could be much worse by what we have to watch on Wednesday nights.
For years, you had wrestling on Saturday mornings here in New York and Sunday mornings, and it was squash matches. And every year for sweeps, you got like 3 weeks or 4 weeks of like matches between people that mattered, and you got local promos. But I watched every week. There's something to be said for the fact that they're doing it in a modern way, because it's not overtly squash matches. Everything's kind of competitive. But the show is not bland, but just kind of floating at the surface, and then they ride a big wave, and then they let it come down, and they kind of build it up again, and you just kind of hang there waiting for things to happen. It's working right now. It used to work. Again, squash matches, but this is kind of the modern version of that, what they're doing on SmackDown now.
And then, the other folks' answer is to do everything that everybody possibly can do where you can't even remember it after the 2 hours is over with, which is more detrimental to your overall business than doing nothing, which is why that one side's setting records and the other side's sucking pond water.